Transmedicalism, Fetishistic Attraction, and Love. Um, I've been out of trans issues for a while. Really, a lot of stuff came up while I was basically busy doing work. And I haven't been part of kind of online discourse with trans issues so much. So I missed a lot of stuff. So there's some new things that have new controversies that come up that I'm sort of only now really looking into. And one of them is transmedicalism. I saw some videos on this. So I don't know. I don't know what this is. I'm going from Wikipedia. And here's Wikipedia. Transmedicalism is broadly defined as the belief that being transgender is contingent upon experiencing gender dysphoria or undergoing medical treatment in transitioning. And I want to break this down a little bit. Let's go to Wikipedia again. Gender dysphoria. Gender dysphoria is the distress a person feels due to a mismatch between their gender identity and their sex assigned at birth. So gender dysphoria, according to this definition at least, is distress. And I think my thinking is pretty clear on this. I don't think if dysphoria is distress, I don't think distress is necessary. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I had distress, I would say, because, distress is a feeling. And being transgender, any sexual identity, it's not about feelings. It's about a drive. And like a feeling, everyone knows what a feeling is, but a drive is like an innate urge. There's no feelings directly involved in a drive. A drive is something that at your core you want to do, that you feel compelled to do. And the feelings are secondary. So like I'll have a drive, do something, and I'll feel good if I can satisfy that drive. And I'll feel distress or feel if I can't. So if I feel compelled, to present as female or something like this, right? And I'm lousy at it. I could feel frustrated, or I could feel sad, or I could feel distress. I could drown my feelings like in alcohol, or you could cry it out and and mourn it, or maybe even it might suppress the feelings and feel nothing at all. And I think at times I felt all those, and I've done all those things. But I think that's human. We all have some, all of our dreams don't come true. Every human has frustrated core drives. That's just part of life. But they don't necessarily cause distress all the time. That everybody has ways of dealing with a frustrated core drive. And that can have ways, and that can come out in other ways. And if one of your core drives are contrary to what is typical for your gender assigned at birth, I think that makes you trans, whether or not you feel distress about it or not. So if dysphoria is distress, I don't think dysphoria is necessary. I don't agree with that. I got more Wikipedia here. Transmedicalists believe that individuals who identify as transgender, but who do not experience gender dysphoria or do not desire to undergo a medical transition through methods such as sex reassignment surgery or hormone replacement therapy, are not genuinely transgender. This is pretty strange to me, because I'm old and I came from the time when it was transsexual, and the transgender I thought was the umbrella term that was supposed to include everybody. So to talk about being not genuinely transgender, it feels pretty cringy to me. Honestly, I think part of that also that there's, we don't trans women, we don't all love each other. There's always been some strange energy. And there's always been a kind of strange competition about, you know, who is a true trans and who isn't, and people are always wanting to filter and gatekeep based on, what pills you take or, what you look like. And I've never been with that. I've always thought it was stupid nonsense going all the way back. So I've always supported the Big Tent theory, I guess, even of transsexualism, even in old days. So I think I'm not a transmedicalist, at least, according to the Wikipedia definition. So I think that will please some people who are definitely opposed to transmedicalism. I think I see partly what's going on here, though, that, about this sort of like trans women and being sort of catty and overly competitive and just slightly, just overly judgmental about people is that I think I think it's I think it's good to have something going on in your life other than being transgender. That basically I think it's important to pursue these things, but if you have nothing else, if your ego is completely about being transgender, then you're going to be stuck in this sort of permanent transition, that there's always going to be somebody who's slightly more attractive or somebody who's younger, and I think, pursuing these things is, if you're pursuing a core drive, there is pleasure in that, it is a pleasurable thing, but I think this can't be your whole life, and you need a hobby or politics or a career or a family or charity or something. I think if all you have is being transgender, go to the cat sanctuary or something, find another thing to add to that in your life, I see most of the people talk about transmedicalism on YouTube are either non-binary, assigned female at birth, or female to male people. I think for us on the MTF side that there are issues that they don't have, and that is that's the whole trans women and male crossdresser divide. And that I think that like fetishistic cross-dressing is harshly judged. It's more, even more than being transgender generally, and it's harshly judged by trans women. It's harshly judged by everybody. So that I think typically we on the transsexual side of this, like the medicalization of being transgender was a way of separating ourselves from the cross-dressers, and that I think that the thought is that cross-dressers are paraphilic. They're engaging in kind of fetishistic or self-absorbed forms of attraction that doesn't involve love, basically. Whereas we have a medical condition. We're above all that. Our drives are pure, and we are capable of love because of that. And I think that's the origin of that's the attraction of transmedicalism to some people. At least I can see that. I do think that's what it comes down to. That it does come down to like about love, really. And I think that we see this, like, classes of people are dehumanized. That and I'm one of them. that certain class of people are denied capacity of love by religious bigots and radical feminist hate groups, and I think even if, like, someone's cross-dressing as a fetish or something like this, I don't think that means that even a person with a fetishistic attraction is incapable of love either. I think maybe even the furries can experience love. I mean, it's like I think it's but I think that's so these days what's it matter? I think to the turfs, to all of us, the cross dressers, the trans women, according to their doctrines, we're only capable of paraphilic attraction. That we can never achieve the true pure love of a cis woman. I mean, and so be it. You know, they're gonna think what they want. You know, um, I don't need their permission. I don't think they're good people. I think we can ignore them. And that's all I've got. Thank you very much for watching.